Hi, I'm Barbara, and I am back in the Amaretti Test Kitchen with a tip of the week. And today we are going to show you how to make chocolate garnish. So the first thing you want to do is to make a cornet. And I have a couple of cornets that are done here, but I'm going to show you how to do that. So here's a piece of parchment. I'm going to fold it in half. Helps if you have a nice sharp knife. In fact, it's imperative that you have a sharp knife because you don't want ragged edges. So we're going to cut this in half. Okay, now we're going to fold this paper like this. I'll move these out of the way. Makes it a little easier to see. So you have two tips at the front, like this. And then fold it. And we're going to cut it again. The cut should be smooth. If you have jagged edges like this, it's not going to work very well. And I will show you why in a moment. So you take the large end of the triangle, you fold it in, fold this over. Now you're pushing down with the thumb and bringing the bottom piece up with your forefinger until you get to a point. Make it nice and tight, hold it there, turn it over, and fold this piece in. Make it nice and tight. Now you have a cornet. So, if you have a jagged edge, like this is, it doesn't make a very nice point. It just makes it a little bit rough to make. See how that's going funny? It doesn't really work so well. So it's best to have a really nice cut edge. So we're going to let this one go because it's not going to work. All right. So now that we have a couple of cornets, we'll fill our little cornet with some chocolate. It should be tempered. I have some tempered chocolate here. You don't want to fill it too full. You're going to fold down the edges into it, and then you don't want all the chocolate to spill out. So maybe one more spoonful. Now you have a seam here on this cornet. I'm going to turn that toward you, and you're going to fold opposite the seam. So you're going to fold these edges in, then fold it again so it's nice and tight. Now you have a bag that's ready to work with. Cut the tip. Just make sure that the chocolate is running freely. And then I'm using a stencil today so you can see how this works. You can do any design, but it's kind of fun to use a stencil. You can make your own stencil. Any design is fun to work with. And then you break up these pieces of chocolate once they're set, and you put them on your desserts. There's that. So then you can remove the piece of paper underneath, and you have a nice design. I will do some of these just to give you another idea. This requires a little bit more of a steady hand, so you can start anywhere you like, but you want this chocolate to sort of fall freely, and it helps if you pinch the end of your bag to get any extra bits of chocolate that might have solidified in there, because it will do that quickly. And you want to keep your bag up high and let the chocolate drop down, and you can break these up in any shape that you like. If you have the tempered chocolate, it will set nicely and it will snap. If you don't have your tempered chocolate, this will not set up, and then you won't be able to use it. So you really need to have tempered chocolate. There's a fun way to do something that's a free hand, and it makes a really pretty design. Go back and forth on your acetate, and you need a piece of acetate to work on because you have to be able to lift the chocolate up off the acetate. It won't work if you're using parchment paper. Now the thickness of the chocolate is totally up to you. You can make these lines thin or thick, however you want. Just have fun with it. It's a fun thing to do, and then this will break up in any design that you like. And it looks so pretty on any dessert that you have. It's good for ice cream or brulee, panna cotta, anything like that. As I say, just go back and forth with the chocolate, and then when this sets up, you just peel it off the acetate. These will last, I don't know, probably a week, 2 weeks. It depends how cool the room is where they're sitting. So you want to keep the room cool. You can put them in the refrigerator, but really it's not a good idea to put chocolate in the refrigerator because of the moisture. You can leave it in there for a very short amount of time just to set it quickly, but it takes, I would say, an hour or so for this to set in a cool place. You can use dark chocolate, you can use milk chocolate, you can use white chocolate, you can use any color of chocolate, or take white chocolate and add color to it before you pipe it. So any kind of chocolate is good. That's the tip of the week. Thanks for joining us, and if you have any comments or questions, comment below.